about social media and about how it's become a little antisocial. So, would we call it antisocial media? I don't know. Is Kelly. Welcome to my channel. I am a sales empowerment coach. What I do is I work with service-based entrepreneurs. So if you offer a service, if you are a coach, if you're a consultant, if you have a dog walking business, whatever it is, as opposed to having a product, I work with you and help you develop your confidence with selling. Here's the thing. A lot of people spend a lot of time developing their business idea and they forget that they have to sell. It's not something that people are always comfortable with. I know that even when I first got into sales, I was not comfortable with it. But I do think that it's something that with practice and with just having scenarios that are more tailored to your business and to growing it, it is possible to feel more comfortable with sales. But I also focus on making it more conversational because really at the end of the day, people are going to buy from you because they like you, because they like your personality, because they like the way that you come across. It's not so much that you are going to have to talk them into doing a lot because they're going to probably already have some interest if they're already speaking to you. To just do a quick video about social media and about how it's become a little antisocial. So would we call it antisocial media? I don't know. Personally, I have a business Instagram page, and then I'm also building my presence here on YouTube. Those are my two platforms of choice. A lot of experts say you should focus on one, but I would say primarily my focus is going to be on YouTube right now, and then I can carry some things over to Instagram. Now, a lot of people I know also use TikTok, and I think TikTok is really a good platform where people can grow fast, and also it seems like people interact a little bit more on there. It's almost like people are, people will watch your content that you have on social media, but not exactly respond. And I'm not saying that people have to respond to every little thing that you do, but I think sometimes we just get in that rut of being like, I have a business page and I'm using this to run my business, but there's not a focus on building community. And I think that that's something that's really important, especially going into 2024, is that you've got to focus on building community on social media, because the days of really going on there, having a post that goes viral, having that result in, 10,000 followers in a short amount of time, it's not happening right now. It's becoming super competitive. Focus more on building your community, especially on, I'm going to speak for Instagram because that's what I'm on right now in addition to YouTube. Let's talk about ways that you can build your community up, because I think that that's really important, because one thing is that your community is going to back you up. They're going to support you. They're going to be there for you. But you can't just expect to throw up an Instagram page and throw up an Instagram post and then think that everybody's going to react, but then you're not being interactive on the platform at the same time. It's got to be a two-way street, and it's got to be something where you are interacting and building those relationships. Do you want to be intentional about the people that I am interacting with on Instagram? So I want to be intentional about just having them know who I am, introducing myself, just really having some kind of rapport with them. So I wanted to talk about a few things today that you can do to build community, and then also just give back too, because it's about giving and getting. And the first thing I want to suggest that you do to build community on Instagram is thank your new followers. If you have somebody that follows you, send a quick DM. Hey, thanks so much for following me. Yes, you can take it a step further and maybe mention what you do, but either way, just acknowledging that they follow you and thanking them is a big first step to establishing rapport and building that community out. The second thing that I'm going to recommend is that you show content love. So I know that you're on there, you're trying to get your posts up, you're trying to get your reel up, but what you shouldn't do is just get off of Instagram right away once you post that reel or that post. You want to really go on and make sure you see what your followers are doing, what people you're following are doing. Show them some love. It just takes a couple seconds to go through, comment on something. You can make it meaningful, but if you see that somebody has a win, say congratulations. If you see that it's somebody's birthday, hey, happy birthday, enjoy your day. If you see that somebody has reached a milestone in their business or a milestone on their page, just send them something. It doesn't have to even be a long sentence. It can just be an emoji. But that's also going to help you because it's going to show that you're putting activity out on the platform. But it also shows that you're a human behind the profile. Again, we're trying to not be anti-social media. We're trying to be social media here because I think that there is a big difference. And I don't want people to just think that I'm on there simply to just promote myself. Like, I want to actually know the people so that if I happen to meet them in person, they're like, hey, I know who you are, Kelly. I know what you do, that sort of thing. So the third thing that I'm going to say is share your story. That's going to help you with being more authentic. I know that that's one of the pillars that I talk about in my program is selling authentically, but you have to be an authentic person to be able to do that. And so sometimes what that's going to entail is sharing about yourself. Now, you don't have to give all of your personal details, right? It is the internet, for goodness sakes, but you do want to go ahead and talk about your journey. You want to talk about maybe some things you've struggled with or are struggling with. You want to be able to relate to your audience so that they know that you're a real person and that they know that you can have a conversation. I think that this is where something changed for me, where I was willing to kind of just put my face on here more, start talking a little bit more, and to just share whatever it is that I'm going through. And don't worry about what people think or if they're going to judge you. I think for the most part, people are going to actually be appreciative that you took the time to share your journey and that you took the time to share your story. So try adding some of your own personal story. Next thing that I'm going to try doing myself that I think that can help with building community is to go live. And oh my God, like, I know that that sounds really scary, but I've seen people do it. And even if they just have a couple of people watching at a time, it's still really cool to see what people are doing in real time, and it allows them to get a bigger glimpse of what you are actually doing. Maybe it could be some behind the scenes content. Maybe it could be, just you having a quick conversation to interact. Maybe you could do a Q&A. There's so many things that you could use live for. I remember I have done it a couple times in the past, like on Facebook. When I was on Facebook a little bit more regularly, just on the personal side. But I did develop somewhat of a following of people that love to tune in and chat with me a little bit when I went live. So it may take some time to build up that community, but it is an opportunity for people to really interact with you and for you to interact with them and to really just have some real live conversation. So think about going live. And my other way that I have really been doing a lot of lately is to set up virtual coffee dates, or you don't even have to have coffee, but set up a virtual meeting with somebody. Just extend an invitation. I've done this with a lot of people. I was actually at a conference last month, and so I've had a lot of meetings with people that I met there too, where we just do a virtual meeting and we talk and we get to know each other more in depth. It doesn't have to be very long. I know people's schedules are busy, but you can just do something through Zoom. And if you don't have Zoom, just use Google Meet. But you can send them an invitation just via email and, get face to face with them online and just have some great conversations. I've really enjoyed the conversations that I've had. Some of my virtual colleagues that are out there, we're of course all following each other on Instagram as well. But it is a great way to really put some personality behind the face, behind the profile picture, behind your posts, behind your reels. And that way, when people see your things, they're going to actually say, oh, I know her. I know that person. Also interact with you more on your posts and on your stories and your reels. So take that time to really get to know people, and it's going to pay off so much in the long run. So I hope that this helps. If it does, I would appreciate it if you would like the video, share it with somebody. And if you feel inclined, subscribe. I hope to share more of this sales content because it really is more than just talking about what you have to offer. It's really more about relationship building as well. And so these are some great tips to kind of get you onto that road of building those relationships. And if you have any other tips too about building relationships, just let me know. I'd love to hear about them. All right, until next time.